think somewhere I can see some noise. Yep, now it's fine. So any questions in the last session? Anybody? So I think I was talking to you. BA system. The need of the BA system is to generate for multidimensional reports, for which a multidimensional structure should be designed. Which is based on schema. It is based on schema. And I told you what is a schema. What is schema?
Structure of a table.
Right, logical. Yep, logical arrangement of tables. Tables with business data. And I told you there are two types of schemas. One is a star schema. I think I was telling you this. Second one, extended star schema. So I told you the business data is divided into two areas with respect to B2B system. SAP B2B system divided into, I told you, characteristics. So the other one, key figure. Characteristic, the other one, key figure. I told you what is a char, what is a key figure. Anybody? Yeah.
So characteristics are nothing but the data which is the base of other data which is
base of the data analysis. Yeah. Base of the data analysis, that's it. Could be like employee, product, region, country, sales are like this. They told you there are some standard data types for CADs.
Yeah, numeric, alphanumeric.
Yep. Like alphabetic. Alphanumerics. Alphabetic like employee name, region name. Alphanumerics like material ID, M11, product ID, P11. And I told you numerics, which are constantly company code, country code, something like that. Then date and time. Then key figure is whatever data to be analyzed, like sales,
like revenue.
Yep, revenue, cost, something like this. And what are the data types? Yeah,
it's
one second. Yeah.
Numeric.
Yep.
And
yeah, 1 second, Garima.
Numeric.
1 second.
Yeah.
Vaibhav, data types. Parimala, what are the data types?
Amount, quantity.
Numerics, date and time.
Numerics, the condition is which are not.
Quantity, numeric, not constant.
Right. Then
Date
and time. Time which will be used for calculation purpose.
Right. So then I was telling you a simple star schema. Anybody, can you narrate what is star schema?
Fact table and dimension table.
In the star schema we have a central fact table.
Right, fact table.
and which is connected with the different dimension tables. The primary
Surrounding
key
the
of
dimension table. Okay. So what is there in fact table?
that has the transactional data
Okay, right.
The primary key data.
is the
Fine.
primary key.
Key is followed by dimension keys.
Dimension.
So what is there in the dimension table?
Master data.
Right. Dimensional key followed by. Okay. Now the fact table and dimension tables are connected with each other. The dimensional keys are maintained.
key.
Yep.
Mm.
Maintained in fact table, right? As a foreign key. So what is this? Which connects your fact table with dimension table. So this is what I was telling you. Fact table is surrounded by dimension table. Fact table placed with key figures or business facts and surrounded by dimension table, which is there with chars and dimensional IDs. Same is maintained in fact table as a foreign key. Connects your fact table with dimension table. And so last point I was telling you, in case of star schema, the master data transaction data is loaded to fact table and master data is inside the dimension table. So that is an hopping point I was telling you. Now let us start. With respect to SAP BW system, the master data is divided into, with respect to SAP BW system, the master data is divided into attribute data, then followed by text data, followed by hierarchies. So let me tell you one by one. So first one, master data attribute. Let me explain. Any guessing, anybody?
You, for example,
Yeah, whatever, no problem, just wave of.
an
Yep,
employee,
okay, yep,
let's say employee mm, department,
yeah, okay, yeah,
department of an employee.
right,
Employee number will be the primary key. Employee name, age, gender, department, educational qualification, etc.
that's,
can be the
that's,
attribute.
it is the additional column or information or property given to a characteristic. It is the additional column or information, like take out employee master table. Employed is the primary key. The primary key is char. All the other columns like address, phone number, designation, like this. So these are all known as attributes of employee. Take out a product master table. Again, you'll be having primary key. The primary key is char. And all the other columns like product color, product group, size. These are all known as attributes of product. Clear, right? So second one, text I'm talking about. It is the description of care value along with, it is the description of care value along with language key. What is the need? I'll tell you, don't worry. The description includes short, length of 20, medium, length of 40, length of 60. The description includes short, medium and long descriptions. And the description can be loaded in any SAP supporting language. See, the business is multinational. Always user specific data should be displayed in user specific language. Always user specific data should be displayed in user specific language. So in order to display that, so the user specific data is going to be loaded in multiple languages. Like, let's say for example, material ID, this is your text table followed by language column, followed by just going by only one text, we can go on with the requirement. Let's say M11, the language is English, let's say hard drive. So it can be in, the description can be loaded in Spanish, it can be loaded in German, it can be loaded in Chinese, like this. So in order to display the user specific data, since see, the reports are for different users. And with respect to user specific data, the data should be displayed in user specific language. So in order to display that, always the text data is going to be loaded in multiple languages. So that is the importance of this. And if you want to refer to these languages, T00 table for languages. You can refer to this SAP delivered, SAP supported languages and even the short forms also. Right. So next one, hierarchy. Hierarchy. Let me explain. It is the structural arrangement of business data with many levels, and in each level there could be many nodes. In each level there could be many nodes. Each node may be having parent node is upper node, child node is lower node. That's right. Parent node and child node. So hierarchies always allow drill downs. Hierarchies, I'll show you a hierarchy, dummy hierarchy. Always allow drill down, which gives you detailed business data, and drill up gives you summarized data. Even in business data analysis, that is much helpful to you. So let me tell you. Let's say for example, assume that I'm operating in US with two different regions. One is central, the other one eastern, let's say. So one is central, the other one Eastern. So under central, let's say for example, I got two sales organizations. One is A, the other one B. So let's say here I got some other sales organizations C and D. Under sales org A, let's say I got employee 100 and 200. Here I got employee 300 and 400. And here I got employee 500, 600. So here I got 700, 800. Now if you look at this, say from country, if I go on with drill down, I can get region wise. From region, if I go on with one more drill down, I can get sales office wise. One more drill down, I can get employee wise. If I go on with the drill up, let's say from employee, if I go on with the drill up, I can get sales arc. Again from there, if I go on with the drill up, I can get central, like this. Like this. So always drill down gives you row wise details and drill up gives you column wise details. So drill down gives you row wise details, drill up will give you summarized details. So there is something called drill across, that time I'll tell you what is that column wise details. So no problem. So here if you look at this, for central the upper node is parent node. What is upper node? US. And the child nodes are A and B. Lower nodes are child nodes and upper nodes are parent nodes. Right. So let me go ahead. Just 1 second. Huh? Yep. Fine. Any question here? Attribute is additional column. Text is description along with language. And hierarchy is a structural arrangement. Comfortable, right, everybody?
Hi.
Yep. Elizabeth?
Sriram.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi, Garima here.
Garima.
The master data is divided into all these categories.
Mm-hmm.
But is it just a concept, or we'll be implementing based on this? We'll be implementing, tables in BW, or where will this be used ultimately?
I didn't get you exactly, Garima. Can you come again?
I was saying that the types of master data that we have studied today,
Okay.
the attribute and text and hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Okay.
So all these types of attributes, I mean, what is the purpose of learning these? In the sense that, are we actually going to use
Yes.
this in
BW system.
implementation?
One second. In BW system, this is the schema we are going to design. You can see this is the schema.
Okay.
In this schema, if you look at this, what is this? Attribute table, text table, hierarchy table. Every application is based on this schema only, Garima. So in the schema, we are going to make use of all that. What is the advantage of this attribute, text and hierarchy? Like this, I'll be explaining.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to discuss this schema, so you need to know what is attribute, what is text, what is hierarchy. That's why I started looking at it. Yep.
Okay.
So anything, Parimila?
Sriram, I had one doubt.
Yeah, Vaibhav.
Sriram, you said that the text in that the description of the character values will be displayed in the language that has been selected by the users. Okay. Now I had one doubt that few of the, is it applicable for this numerical descriptions also, these key figures also, because
No.
the alignment of decimal and the commas changes in the European system and in
That
British
we
system
can,
and
we can set it as part of our property maintenance. Key figure, we have some property column there we can There we
Okay,
can
okay.
in
And this
the
hierarchy
at the
description
column.
also, that will also change as per the language we are choosing?
Yep, hierarchy language dependent.
Okay,
We can make it out.
okay.
Right. Any more, Parimala?
I'm good, Sriram.
Yeah. So Elizabeth, is that comfortable? Suresh?
Yes, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah. Suresh?
Yes, I'm muted, thank you.
Okay. So fine, now let's go on to the extended star schema. Extended star schema. Point by point I'll explain. Just I'll give you all the points one by one. We'll make it out. Since see, we are based on extended star schema. In BW system, this design is based on extended star schema. Sales or inventory or purchasing, any application is based on this schema only. So in case of extended star schema, first point, master data is outside the dimension table. First point, outside the dimension table. Earlier it was inside the dimension table. Now if you look at this material dimension table, it doesn't hold master data. It is outside the dimension table. You can see attribute data in attribute table, text data in text table, hierarchy data in hierarchy table. You can see that customer dimension table, master data, customer attribute outside the dimension table, and the text data in text table like this. So the first point, master data is outside the dimension table. So master data is connected to dimension table, should be connected to dimension table, mandatory, by using SID, or you can say it as surrogate ID table, which is generated by the system. Surrogate ID table. You can see the master data, which is attribute, text and hierarchy. They are connected to a SID table where we have the characteristic and SID, which is a system generated column in the SID table, and which in turn it is maintained in dimension table. Look at this attribute table, which is there with attribute data, text data in text table, hierarchy data, and all this data is connected to, you can see that SID table. All this data is connected to SID table. So here we have characteristic and SID which is generated by the system. And the same is going to be maintained in the dimension table. You can see that. So this is how master data outside the dimension is connected to the dimension table. Right. I'll show you, don't worry. SIDs are generated by the system. SIDs are generated by the system while loading master data. SIDs are generated by the system while loading master data in SID table. The same SID is copied to dimension table while loading transaction data. Right, I'll explain you one by one, don't worry. Next one, without master data. Every point is an interview question that we are mentioning here. Without master data, we should not load transaction data. If loaded, it gives SID missing error. Without master data, we should not load transaction data. if loaded, it gives SID missing error. Right. So again, I'll come back. First step, first one, master data is outside the dimension table. You can see it is not part of dimension table. Earlier it was inside the dimension. If it is task schema, now it is outside the dimension table. You can see attribute data is there in attribute table. Text data is there in text table. Hierarchy data is there in hierarchy table. All this is connected to dimension table by using SID table, where we have char followed by SID, which is there in dimension table also, which is copied to dimension table in a sense. Now, so when the SIDs are generated while loading master data, SIDs are generated. Let me make it like this. Loading material master, like material ID followed by material group. Material ID followed by material group. Material ID M11, material group, let's say for example, desktop. So what happens related to this in SID table? This is attribute table. Now this is my SID table. In SID table, so where we are having SID as well as material ID. So SID2, let's say given for M11. System will generate that value. So it is a random generated value. So let's say I'm loading M12 master data. So again, group is desktop. So related to this M12, again system will generate one SID. Like this. So while loading master data, system generates SIDs in SID table. Now what is the point? The same SID is copied to dimension table while loading transaction data. Now assume that this is a transaction data, purchase quantity. This is the business data given, like M11 purchase quantity 1200 units, M12 purchase quantity 2000 units, M13 purchase quantity some 20 units. Now what happens? This is key figure inserted to fact table. Fine. Purchase quantity is inserted to fact table. But what about this M11? So that's where, see, system doesn't insert directly M11 to the dimension. It's going to check your SID table. So related to M11, there is some surrogate ID now, which is going to be inserted to dimension table. So this dimension ID is system generated key. So again, this SID is copied from SID table. You can see that. Quantity is getting inserted to fact table. That M11 system refers to your SID table. It's going to be referring to SID table. So the SID from SID table is going to be copied to dimension table. That's what, again, let me tell you. So here if you look at this, so 2000 inserted to fact table. Fine, inserted here. So now, so what is going to happen? M12. So normal cases M12 should be inserted. But what is happening in our schema? System is checking SIDs. So the SID from SID table. So here it's going to be copied. That's what. So that's what I'm trying to say. So when the SIDs are generated while loading master data and while loading transaction data, the SIDs are copied to dimension table. And let's say now look at this M13. I don't have master data. So what is error? I don't have master data means I don't have SID. So what is error? It is going to cause SID missing error. This is the common error. SID missing error, master data missing error, or SID missing error. Just try to go through. If you want to explain, I'll explain you once again. 1 second. Can I just go through this once now? All of you. So now, if you look at this, these are all our master tables here. This is material master table, and this is time master, and this is customer master. All the remaining tables are loaded with transaction data. You can see this is material master, this is customer master, and this is time master. And for all these tables, the transaction data is loaded.
Request you, can you show one example when the transaction data that you showed just now, M11 2000, sorry, 1200 will be loaded. What is the actual value that will be flowing in the different tables?
In the dimension table,
Different, all the tables, what all values will actually get created, and how the system at the runtime will retrieve the actual value which the user has to see.
right, that's what fact table to dimension table, then to SID table, then your, so that's what I'm coming for. If you know the joins, that is done, and I'll come to that remaining. 1 second. So the query runs like this. First to the fact table, then to the dimension table. Using SID, it connects to master data, that is attribute, text, and hierarchy. So the transaction data is loaded to here, fact table and dimension table. So master data is loaded to attribute, text, hierarchy, and SIDs are generated in this table, SID table. Getting it? Vaibhav.
Okay.
Hello? Yep, somebody is trying to speak. Yep, Garima, I think. Garima, can you hear me?
Oh. Yeah, it's your voice is not very clear to me. It's echoing and it's breaking.
Okay. Parimala, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
Sriram.
Yeah.
So what I
Yeah, Garima, tell me.
So what I wanted to ask was that, So, how is this schema better? Is this schema better than the normal star schema?
Yes,
Why do we
tell you
need
what
to,
is the advantage of
have
SID
so
table.
many?
Garima, there is some additional
Yeah.
table, right? SID table. What is the advantage of this SID table? What is the advantage of master data storing outside the dimension? I'll take up that. So if you can understand the schema join now,
Right.
I'll tell you. There are a lot of things which I need to cover up, then I'll tell you. Don't worry. Let me finish this again. It's not every dimension. Yeah, Parimala, is that clear to you?
Yes, Sriram. Yes.
Yep, Vaibhav.
Sriram, Vaibhav here. I had a doubt. I mean, I was also thinking if the numbers M11, M12, M13 which are getting generated are unique, and then the SIDs which are getting generated are also unique, 2, 3,
Unique.
4, 5 or whatever be the numbers,
Yes.
then we are doing a unique number to unique number mapping. What is the use of having these
SID.
then?
SID table, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you, don't worry. I'll take up that. SID, what is the advantage of SID? I'll tell you. Let me finish this, I'll take up. See, the master data can be shared by many schemas. That is a major advantage. It's not one schema that we are going to design now. Vaibhav. This is only like sales order schema. What about other schemas like delivery schema, billing schema? So always the master data can be shared by many schemas because of your master data referencing ID, that is SID. I'll tell you that. Don't worry. Right. Any more? Elizabeth, any question?
One question. When we are transferring information from SAP to BW, so when we create the extract the data, we need to extract all the master data.
Yes,
Like we
always.
extract everything that's master data, and then so we don't get the error.
Yes.
How
First,
it works.
let's say for sales application, all the sales master data like product master, region master, sales deal master, like this. First master data, then the transaction data.
When we first load the master data, then we're gonna load the transaction data. So when we load the transaction data is when the system tries to connect this transaction with the master data
Yes.
through the SID.
Through the SIDs. That's true. Yep.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you.
Right. So here we'll be having schemas like sales order, delivery, billing. For all the sales order, delivery, billing schema, one set of master data because of SID. I'll compare that, don't worry. So I'll make the advantage and all. I'll take out that. But before that, I need to tell you some other things. So any questions, Suras?
No, I'm good.
Yep. So let me tell you here. So on the first table I was referring to fact table. Definite questions again. Fact table which is placed with key figures and dimensional keys. So how many max? That is also important for us. In the fact table, max 233 key figures can be placed. Maximum number of key figures 233. And in fact, here we are looking at one fact table only. It's displaying only one fact table. But if you look at back end, system is going to generate one more fact table. In the sense, there are two fact tables. There are two fact tables. First one, F fact table. Second one, E fact table. What is the need? I'm going to take up that, don't worry. So F fact table with respect to data loading, E fact table with respect to performance. So I can say here detailed data, and this is, you can say it as summarized data. So what is a detailed and what is it summarized? I'll be telling you. I'm going to take up next one, dimension table. So where we are having dimensional key and SID. You can see here dimensional key, SID. So SID always refers to characteristic. It's referring to char only. So max 248. 248 chars can be placed in each dimension. So maximum number of characteristics in the dimension that we can place is 248 characteristics. Like this. If you look at your time dimension, there are two characteristics. One is month, the other one year. Like this, we can go on with 248 chars in each dimension. So if you want to see, I'll just show you once in the system itself. I just want to show you everything will come across this. can see this is your purchasing data. Right click, display data model. You can see country dimension, material number. But only one is there, I think, here. 1 second. Let me go on. Yep, version. You can see 2 columns: vendor, contracts, plans. Look at this time cats. There are many time cats. Right, 1 second. Let me show you something else. Display data model. You can see again. See here. Like this, we can have, this is the dimension, followed by cash, dimension followed by care, dimension followed by care. Like this, we can have 248 cares in each dimension. Sorry. Maximum number of dimensions. Maximum in the schema we can have 16 dimensions. Out of that, 3 are system defined dimensions, mandatory dimensions, 13 user defined dimensions. I'll tell you what is that. Minimum 4 dimensions, again that is 3 system and at least 1 user defined dimension. 3 system and at least 1 user defined dimension. So these are the system defined dimensions. First one, time dimension. What is the need? I'll tell you. Second one, unit dimension. Third one, data package dimension. If you look at every schema, you can see mandatory dimensions: time, unit, and data package. So everywhere you can see that. Time, data package, units. So I'll start explaining this in the next session. What is time dimension? What is unit dimension? What is the data package? So everything I'll take care in the next session. So all that SID advantage also I'll take up. What is the advantage of extended star schema? I'll take up in the next session. So if you're having any queries, I'll take up that first. Any queries? Vaibhav?
None as of now. The doubt I had, I have already posed.
I'll take up, don't worry. But I need to tell you advantage of extended star schema, that time I'll make it clarified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any particular logic or formula by which these numbers 233, 16, 248?
Yeah, table limitations. Table limitations. Cluster table limitations. Above there is some cluster table concept. Transfer table and cluster tables. That limitation. Total 249 if you look at this. Each table can have 249.
What 249?
I say
248 plus 1 dimensional key. How many? 249.
Okay.
233 plus 16 dim keys.
Okay.
16 dimension 16. Yep. Anything, Garima?
actually I don't know like the basic concept of schema. Why do we need a schema? Start building the metadata and other tables in the system. Are those tables based on the schema first? So we develop the schema first on the basis.
When we
I
let me tell you.
Yeah.
When we design cache, these master tables are generated, Garima. Attribute, text and hierarchy and including SID. And when I upload master data, these tables are filled. If I upload attribute data, attribute table is filled. If I upload text data, text table is filled. And when I create InfoCube, I told you a concept called InfoCube. So when I create InfoCube, fact table and dimension tables are created. And when I upload transaction data, these tables are filled. And when I report on the schema, the master data is displayed from master table and the transaction data is displayed from fact table and dimension table.
So are you saying that finally the design of InfoCube is the thing which we are targeting when we are studying these different schemas?
Yes.
Okay.
Why I told you now, the ultimate objective is to design complete the schema. Why we need
one question: when we talk about the InfoQ,
okay,
and the InfoQ is when we are saying that we are only able to have 248 dimensions there.
16 dimensions. 16 dimensions. Max 16 dimensions. Each dimension can have 16 into 248. This is the relation, number of relations here simply, 233 key figures and multiplied by 248 caches multiplied by 16 dimensions. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yep, Garima, anything?
No, that's all.
Yep, Suresh.
I'm good.
Yep.
Can you
Paramita.
explain again this fact table and this dim table regarding this max 248 char and 16 dimensions? I'm not.
These are the limitations you can say, Parimila. You can say it as limitation. See, in the table, we are supposed to place some number of columns, right?
Yes.
So each table, how many columns you want to place? That is the information. If it is fact table, how many you can place? 233 key figures. Like this.
Okay. 233 columns?
Yeah, mean dimension columns.
Okay.
If it is dimension table,
The dimension table we can place 248.
yes.
Okay. Examples, can you give some examples?
Yeah, that's what I was showing.
Yeah, that was considering. So here,
One second. Look at this. I got two columns here. In the shipment partner, this is the dimension. I got only two columns. Look at this time dimension. I got 4 columns. Route,
okay.
only 1 column. You can see transport control. There are 6 columns. So there are some rules for dimensional modeling. So I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So these individual shipment partner, transportation, processing, these are the dimensions.
Yep, this is the dimension.
Okay, and those 3 unit, time, and there was one more thing.
Data package.
Those are the
System defined dimension.
okay.
And these are all user defined dimensions, and time, unit and data package, they are system defined dimensions.
Here, how can we differentiate the key figures and characteristics?
In the last session I told you data types.
Okay, by
Yeah,
using
data
the
types. And look at this. When you are creating, I'll make you. So this is the dimension, and this is the. These are all chars. Dimension should have always chars, na? And this is the key figure. You can see symbol. It is little different,
okay.
and even you can see that key figure folder. Look at this purchasing data. You can see that.
Yes. For key figures, we have a specific like key figures folder.
Yep.
Then the same for the characteristics.
Dimension folder. See, you can see here dimensions.
Okay. So
Right.
this symbol indicates it is a characteristic.
Yes. The above one dimension.
Okay.
This is dimension symbol. Group of multiple objects, nothing.
Okay.
And this is key figure.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So right then we'll continue on Monday. 1 second, I'll share the